Welcome to episode 8 of Jalen's Take, the show where I give my takes on all the best pop culture of the week. We need to immediately talk about Invincible Season 4, Episode 5. This episode is probably a top 5 episode in the entire series. Let's just go through the episode because we gotta get started. So the episode opens up with Nolan and Alan the alien approaching Mark and Eve on Earth, and Nolan is telling Mark about the Viltrumite War. Right off the bat, I really liked Mark in this episode just completely. I love how locked in he was. We didn't get no whiny baby Mark this episode. We didn't get holding back Mark. Mark was just down for business. As soon as Nolan showed up on Earth to recruit Mark, Mark was like, I don't really want to go fight in this war with you, but it'll come to me anyways. I'm gonna have to deal with it eventually, so I might as well do it now. Mark is using his critical thinking brain. A little bit after that, we finally get to see Nolan and Debbie talk to each other after all this time. This is the first time they've interacted since season 1 in the finale, and this moment was just handled oh my gosh. First of all, this scene is a major improvement on what it was in the comics. Debbie's entire character is a major improvement on who she is in the comics. I think Nolan's apology in this scene was actually good, all things considered. It was the best it could have been. It wasn't necessarily an apology that was gonna award him forgiveness or redemption, but all things considered, it was not a bad apology. But of course, after everything Nolan has put Debbie through, Debbie was not going for it. Rightfully so, of course. She was so upset at Nolan that she started hitting him, and when she did, she immediately busted her knuckles up. Later, we get to see her talk about this with Mark too. She's like, I kind of lost a little bit of control, but it was so worth it. I don't really understand how this is worth it, but I won't argue with her. She's goated. So in this scene, Nolan just basically apologizes, and Debbie's like, yeah, that's not enough for me. Fuck you, Nolan. You suck. And she just kicks him out. Great performance by Debbie. She is consistently one of the best characters in this show. I gotta say though, I think this is a hot take as well, but I do want Nolan and Debbie to get back together. I can't really get into my reasoning of why I want them to get back together without spoiling stuff that happens in the future in the comics. That's a really hot take though. I said I wanted them to get back together on Twitter, and a lot of people got mad at me for it. But that just goes to show how much of an improvement they've given Debbie's character over her character in the comics. Yeah, this scene was just amazing though, bro. But then pretty much after this, we see everybody leave to space to go fight in the Viltrumite War, and then that's when the Viltrumites pull up. And Conquest is back, and he reveals himself to Mark, and this is when the episode had my jaw dropped. First of all, the animation immediately kicks in, and you can notice the visual change. I find it really interesting how you can literally see the difference in effort they put in for this show. Some scenes will have the absolutely most insane, out of breath, jaw-dropping animation you've ever seen. And then other scenes, the characters will just be PNGs on a background, and it's just kind of what's going on here? But that's how you know when the show is about to lock in, because you can literally see it visually. As soon as the fight starts, Conquest just goes straight after Oliver for some reason. For some reason, his main focus was finishing off Oliver from their first fight, but Mark was just not letting that happen at all. The way they animated Mark not only choking Conquest, but then Conquest just brutalizing Mark's body that entire time was just insane. Obviously, I've read this in the comics. I've been waiting for this moment to happen in the show, but I did not process it the way the show adapted it at all. The way Mark was genuinely just tanking all those hits, and he was just not letting up on his chokehold on Conquest. And then Conquest was ripping Mark's guts out, bro. He was just ripping out his intestines. That was just insane. That happens in the comics. You see a panel of Conquest holding Mark's guts, but I just did not imagine it the way the show adapted it. So just, oh my gosh, breathtaking, jaw-dropping moment. But the episode ends with Nolan and Oliver finding Mark's body and Conquest's dead body, and that's just where it ends. Again, I do know what happens next, but this show is changing so much stuff that I almost don't know what to expect in the next episode. But yeah, Invincible's just actually been really great this season. I think this has probably been the best season of Invincible yet. Last Tuesday, we actually got a surprise new Supergirl trailer, and this trailer was really good, and not a lot of people were talking about it, which made me a little unhappy, I'm not gonna lie. The trailer opens up with Superman, actually, and he's kind of on some type of intergalactic phone call to Kara, and he's basically just checking up on Kara, asking her, are you good? Are you lonely out there? He's checking up on her because he's worried that she hasn't really found anybody, and she's kind of just living life alone, with Crypto at least. Next in the trailer, we see Kara say she has no people, and then the trailer cuts to a scene of her getting sent off of Krypton. I'm super excited to see this, man. One of my favorite parts of Superman lore and Supergirl lore and Krypton lore in general is Krypton exploding and seeing how many people were able to make it off the planet. I really like to see what their pods are made out of and what they look like, and just what the experience was like traveling through space at that time. So I'm super excited excited for this scene. The next part of the trailer really focuses on Kara and Krypto's dynamic. This is one of my most anticipated aspects of this movie. In Superman, we saw how Clark was really like agitated towards Krypto a lot. And of course, he ends up saving him and taking care of Krypto because Clark is a compassionate person, but he doesn't really like or enjoy Krypto. But that's not how Kara is at all. Kara actually really likes Krypto. Krypto is Kara's best friend, and they're all each other really have in their travels. But then we see the villains of the movie shoot Krypto with something that poisons him. And we learn that Kara has 3 days to find the antidote for Krypto or else Krypto's gone. I'm glad they're adapting this part of the comic. This story is just so good, and it looks like the movie's getting even better. And I gotta say, this is when the music in the trailer starts getting really good. And I have to point this out, bro. I hope the music in the movie is kind of the same as it is in this trailer because it's just so good. I haven't stopped like enjoying this music, man. And the next part of the trailer shows us Supergirl and Ruth teaming up to take on Krim. And the reason they're teaming up is because Krim is the guy who poisoned Krypto, so Supergirl's already going after him. But Krim also killed Ruth's father, so Ruth wants her revenge, and that's why she's tagging along with Supergirl. Yeah, this story is just gonna be so good, man. I'm so ready for it. We also get to see some Lobo in this trailer, and bro, Jason Momoa like was born for this role. Lobo just looks so good. He looks perfect, actually. And there's even a clip with his motorcycle that just looks so tough, bro. This movie just looks so good, man. I'm so ready for it. The first trailer had me feeling kind of iffy, although it was a good trailer. I just wasn't sure, but this trailer makes it look way better, man. Who knew we'd be getting a Supergirl movie as our second movie in the DCU? I'm happy with it, bro. The Super Mario Galaxy movie dropped this week, and oh my gosh, bro, this movie was just such a blast, man. I enjoyed it so much. Illumination and Nintendo are just cooking with this franchise so far, and I need it to go on for as long as possible at this point. They treat the lore, I feel like, to Mario so well. Even though this movie didn't follow the exact same story that the Super Mario Galaxy game followed, it still had a lot of Galaxy aspects in it. And if you ask me, this movie was just a straight Mario movie, man. Just a straight Mario adventure. If you're a Mario fan, I really think you're gonna like this movie. The cast was as great as they were in the last movie, and Brie Larson as Rosalina is a great addition. Although I wish she got more screen time. She was in the movie for such a short amount of time, and we didn't see her do too much, and we can't let that happen again, bro. Rosalina needed more screen time. Yoshi was also a great addition in this movie. Donald Glover was just perfect as Yoshi. Bowser Jr. was actually an incredible antagonist. His dynamic with Bowser was probably one of the best parts of the movie too. I did not think that they would absolutely cook with the father-son dynamic between Bowser and Bowser Jr., but oh my gosh, it was perfect, man. Bowser's character in this movie was genuinely so entertaining and so good. He was better than he was in the last movie, in my opinion. I actually think every character in this movie was an improvement on how they were in the last movie. Mario and Luigi were great in the last movie. I loved them so much, but in this movie, since they were so much more in tune with like Mushroom Kingdom and the fanatical aspect of the Mario world, they were just so much more locked in. In the last movie, you had to see them kind of learning how everything worked and learning the power-ups and learning how the level system works and all that. But in this game, they were just freaking masters, bro. They were game masters, literally. They were just running around, no diffing everything, handling every situation, and I just loved it, bro. Princess Peach is just consistently awesome in these movies, man. I love how they've changed Peach's character from being a damsel in distress to being one of the main heroes of the movie. Peach goes off on her own adventure for a large portion of this movie, and it's just so cool to see her by herself just kicking ass, doing whatever she wants, and she's so tough. They also put Fox in this movie. I only know Fox from Smash Bros. I didn't play any of his games, whatever they were called, respectfully. Fox was really cool in this movie, though. I really enjoyed his character, and they kind of teased giving him some sort of spin-off project. And like I said, his character was super good in this movie, and Glenn Powell, the actor who plays him, really advocated for this character and really advocated to play this character. He really cares about the character and everything. So when you see a character that's loved by a lot of fans, who's being taken care of by a company that cares about him and by an actor that cares about him, like, it gets me excited for whatever they plan for this character. So whatever they got planned for Fox, I need to see it. I'm down, bro. Like I said, Fox was just really cool in this movie, and Glenn Powell cares about him a lot as his actor. So whatever they're gonna do with this character, they're probably gonna cook. Now, I think the most underrated aspects of this movie are gonna be the animation and the music. There were just some scenes in this movie where I was looking at it and I'm like, bro, this animation and cinematography is genuinely insane for a Mario movie, bro. I'm not complaining at all, obviously. I want crazy animation in my Mario movie, but it was just impressing me, bro. Like, I never thought I'd see some stuff like that. And the music too, bro. Every track just hits home. My only complaints with this movie after seeing it is just the pacing. Every time I go see these movies, I always wish that we could just spend more time in almost every single scene. the movie just moves by so quickly, man. And it actually ends pretty abruptly too, but the ending's not bad at all. Yeah, all in all, I think I'd give this movie probably a 9 or 9.5 out of 10. It was just so perfect, man. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, I couldn't really ask for more. That's all I got for this week's episode of Jalen's Take. What did you guys think about Invincible? What did you guys think about Omni-Man? Did he deserve to get forgiven by Debbie, or was Debbie right for doing what she did? Does the Supergirl trailer look good to you? What do you guys think about it? And how are you guys feeling about the Mario movie? Do you think the pacing was bad, or like how do you feel about the story? I feel like I've seen so many different thoughts on this movie. I need to hear you guys' thoughts on it. If there's anything else you guys want my take on, make sure to let me know down in the comments.